What is up, everybody? We are back with another trade recap. As you can see right up there on the top right, it is Monday. I'm not gonna lie, bro, I was forgetting to do these recaps all week, but now that I'm actually here, we can really review what happened and like what I learned. So, excuse me. This week was it was okay. It was okay, but there was a whole lot that we had to learn. So Monday, it's late, 10:45. As you can see, we look at US 30. I'm not gonna lie to you, my focus wasn't completely there when I took this trade, but looking back, I'm like, I would not take this because it's not clearly going in one direction and it doesn't have a major break, or it doesn't have a major break. So those are the two things I look for before I even want to take a setup. So this was overall like, let me just show you what happened. And I already knew it was gonna have to be a 1-to-1 risk to reward because of the fact that it was about to be 11 o'clock. But this trade just ended up losing. So as you can see, it lost. But I really learned that I need to have more visuals of trades that are either clearly trending or trades that had a major break. So after this trade, this weekend, I decided to make that. So I have a clearly trending channel in my Discord with all my personal trades. US 30 is always the one that looks a little weird to me, but this one is clearly trending up. It's look at all these, you can clearly see what direction it's going in, right? With literally all of these trades, you can say if it's going up or down. Like a 5-year-old could tell you, oh, this is going up, oh, this is going down. Now, with the major breaks, it's definitely more nuanced. So some of these trades are actually like in a certain direction, and then it kind of loses its pace for a bit, and then it makes a major break. So now we're still taking that direction, right? Or some just like completely just had a major break. So if we look at this, for example, you can tell that it's been going up, but it just went down for a sec. Now we're going back up. But overall, we've been going up and it looks clean. All of these charts look pretty clean too, by the way. So yeah, this one, you can tell that it's overall been going down. Had a major break right there, but you can tell that we're still in like a downtrend. But with this one, for example, we were in a complete downtrend, and then we had a major break. Like this right here was broken, this right here was broken. So we were able to take buys at this point because there's a major break. And now when there's a major break, it's kind of like, all right, it's up from here, bro. It's up. Like, we have so much room to go up just because of this downtrend. And then another one, for example, this one doesn't look as clean, but it broke this point, and then now from there, the next major point is like literally up here. So I'm like, bet, let's do it, bro. And we've been going up a bit too. Another one would be this gold one. This is an ideal major break because it broke this major point right here. It broke this, like it literally broke this little range, and we are in an uptrend, but straight up just broke it. Like, you can tell when it's a major point in the market, and sometimes it may have multiple times that it actually tested it. Like, what's a good example of that? This this one, definitely a major break. Look at these points in the market where it was resistance and it kept going down, and then we actually broke it. So I'm like, all right, bet, if we get our rules intact, like, we're gonna take buys on it. And it ended up winning, and it actually went pretty high as well, because it's like, all right, bro, it's only up from here. Maybe that's the thing I should test out, like the average risk to reward, or see if these be going for like 2-to-1s or something. But anyways, that is the main thing. Like, this one broke this major point, but we were overall in a downtrend. You get the point of it, man. You get the point. Like, this one was still overall in a downtrend, but like, we broke this major point, we broke this major point, and we're clearly like in that downtrend now. So that is what I made after that trade. And as you can tell with this, there's no major point that it broke. Like, even before this trading day, I was like, I want US 30 to break this because this would be the major point. Like up here, I wouldn't consider these any major points in the market. Um, Maybe like up here, but kind of we're just like going down here. You know what I mean? We're just going down. But here, boom, we started going up right after that. Here is a major point. Boom, started going up. Here is a major point that was broken. So that's why I was waiting for this point to be broken as well, because before the market, before my market time, or before my time of trading at least, it was 7:30 and the EMAs already aren't aligning. So I'm waiting for it to break down here now at this point. Um, so yeah, that was the next major point, but I ended up taking buys on it. So that was my mistake, and we lost on this trade. Next one, 6E. This trade is overall going down. Goes with the plan, perfect. Just like we've been doing the whole month. Um, but the issue with, of course, there's like a little issue, right? The issue with this trade was that the risk was super low. So on 6E, we were going for 1 to 1.5s. So let's just say we did that, right? But this is only a 7-point stop loss and 11-point take profit. So honestly, I do go for this. So it'd be 10 points. And then when you really think about it, we enter on the break of candle, so it's like a 9-point stop loss. See, it goes from 1.43 to 1.13. So we're getting 9 points. Now, if you do the math, okay, let's just go on here. I can't, but overall, this will give you about like $600 or something like that, maybe $650 or whatever. And our average wins are around like 1,300 to 1,500. So we're only getting 650, 600 from this trade if we win. Now, that is an issue because, all right, this trade won, right? But we only got half of what we lost here. This trade was like minus 1,200. Our losses are around like usually 1,000, but this one was 1,200 because of how it started going down. Like it literally just spiked down. But we lost a little more, right? And we should not have even taken this trade anyways. But anyways, this one we ended up losing. Well, we ended up winning like 600. So now it's like, dang, okay, our loss is double the size of our win. That's not okay. That's not gonna make me consistently profitable. But as you can see, man, this trade went down for a bit. Like it went for like a 4-to-1 or something like that. Yeah, it went for a 4-to-1. And we actually took a similar trade on Thursday, May 21st, 6E. As you can tell, we're clearly trending down. It's 740. We have a 3-candle trade right here, clearly trended down. We don't need to break no major points because we're clearly trended down.
I'm falling asleep.
I'm like, yo, let's do it.
It's okay. Let's keep going.
Boom. Now this is a 6-point stop loss. Oh my goodness. Like now it's even less than last time. And we're gonna get 8 points if we win this trade. Enter the trade. Okay, it's not moving for some reason. Let me just exit this. This was on Thursday. So as you can tell, as you can see here, this trade won. We got the 1 to 1.5. You know what I'm saying? We got the 1 to 1.5. Cool, right? But this is like a $600 win, bro. So now we're having a break-even week when in reality, in an ideal world, I would want to be up around, if we're 2-1, I would want to be up like 2K, I'm pretty sure, because yeah, I would want to be up 2K, but now we're at break even, so that's messing things up. But this trade also went for at least a 3-to-1, went for 4. It kept going down too. But what I did with these two trades, man, I'm like, yo, risk management is literally the most important thing when it comes to being consistently profitable over time. So I need to make sure that if I'm gonna take 6E, I'm either gonna take 6E or I'm not. Like, I might just have to remove it because I don't have issues with any of these pairs over leveraging besides silver, but every single trade that I took on silver had one up to the trade that I took last week. Every single one had one, even if it was higher risk. So, of course, we're keeping silver in there, but 6E, I had to test it out after this, man. And one thing that I realized was that, okay, I wanted to see the average risk of the 6E trades that I took. So all of them actually went for a 3-to-1. Literally every single one that won went for 3-to-1. And I was like, dang, okay, well, I guess that's what we could go for. And of course, it's going to depend on our stop loss. We may not go for an actual 3-to-1, but we tested that out, and now we're going to do that. We're going to go for more than a 1 to 1.5, especially because like the risk is showing that like we can't be doing that consistently if we want to be profitable. Like, we're leaving money on the table. We're leaving consistent risk management on the table. So I am now going to go for more than a 1 to 1.5. It's going to depend on the trade, of course. But like with this one, it might have been like a 2.5. You know, we're trying to get around like 1,200. Like, we're trying to get around the same average that we would get on other trades, which is like 1,300 to 1,500. So we're already risking way less on this. So honestly, would be pretty cool to see that work out over time. But it was just tough, man. We had two of these trades, and now we're like close to break even on the week just from this L, right? And then that was a lesson that we had to learn, though. Risk management is huge. Platinum, if we look at this, it's still a solid setup in my opinion. We zoom out, overall in a downtrend. I kind of tackle with this one a bit because, as you can see, it's like, okay, we're clearly in a downtrend, but some trades that are in a downtrend still need a certain point to be broken. Now, that's what you have to ask yourself. And in this trade, I did not ask myself that. I definitely should have waited. Now I'm looking at it again because we have this major, like we have this major point right here, and you have this major point right here. So just like this whole area in general has not been broken, and we kind of need to see that happen, bro, because like we're over on a downtrend, but we have been going up in this area. Like, it's strong support here. So I took this and it lost. That was tough, man. It was tough right here, but it is what it is. I learned from it. I'm learning that like even with setups that are clearly trending, like I want to ask myself certain questions, but not too many, you know, just ask myself like, all right, if it's clearly going down, does it absolutely need to break a certain point? Like, is there any super strong resistance in the market? Like, I guess with this one, I would say no. There wasn't like no super strong resistance. Like, I wouldn't say we have to break this, no. But even with this one, I wouldn't say we had to break this or this because it just happened once. But here, it's been constantly bouncing off this area. So we honestly should have waited, and that was on me. But overall, this was still a solid trade, but it just lost. So we want to ask ourselves those questions, and yeah, just be a little more thorough with our TA, because setups aren't always gonna just like be there. Like that 3-0 week I had in the beginning of the month, like those were just like handed to me on a silver platter, bro. Like, just straight up like, all right, it looks good. But sometimes you have to dig a little deeper, and it's always right in front of you. Like, this one clearly had an area that needed to be broken, and it wasn't. So, and then we had the 6D set up on the same Friday, which was super late in the day, 10:45, bro. 10:45 on a Friday. Our day ends at 11. We lost. So double L on Friday. Tough, right? This is a good looking setup overall. You know, it looks pretty solid. Didn't need didn't need to break no structure, and we did, which was even better confluence. Then the EMA started to align, so that was good. But like, I was just looking at this setup and I'm like, all right, man, I need to test out all this. I need to see like what all the setups that happen around like after like 10:20 or 10:30 or something. Like, what's the record on those, bro? And the record 1-3 after 10:20. Before 10:20 on Friday, 11-1. This is huge, bro, because I know it's not that many setups, but I think we just need to just look at it for now instead of taking these setups. Just gather more data, because right now it's showing that our edge is not working. Like, once it's past a certain point in the day on Friday, it's the end of the week. It makes sense to me. Like, it's the end of the week. You know what I'm saying? The volume is going to get lower. People are exiting all their positions for the week. So it's like, all right, man, our day's about to end anyways. It's the end of the week, bro. Like, shouldn't be entering no late setup. Like, this was literally 10 minutes before the week's about to end for me. So that is what I concluded from that. But that's just something that we're going to test out over time. If they start winning and they're still valid setups, we may end up taking them again, but could be lower risk. Who knows? But for now, we're not taking those. But we learned a lot this week, man. Honestly, I would say, like, I wouldn't say I was just taking bad setups. Like, all these 6E setups were good. Platinum, definitely felt like I could have like asked myself more questions, and I think like as the month goes by, I tend to ask myself less questions and just kind of be like, all right, I see this, you know, let's just go ahead. But one thing I'm glad about is that it's not like a me issue with like getting out of bed now or something like that. Like, I just like fixed, you know, part of my risk management. Like, this week could have been break even or maybe a little profitable if these two had like got the profit that, you know, would be ideal for our risk management. So now that we're doing that with the 6E trades, it's all good. And now that I'm making sure that I ask myself more questions, you know, while I do my technical analysis, it's gonna be great. And now that I have clear examples of like all of these trades that have like major breaks, like this one, major break right here, you know what I mean? Like, all this stuff looks good. So I think it's gonna be good, bro. I think it's gonna be really good for me and my trading. And overall, I feel confident. Like, I don't think, like, I'm not thinking the same way I used to think back then of like, oh man, I don't know if this gonna work out. I don't know if I should keep doing this. Like, I'm just learning and I'm applying. And that's what I'm doing now, and I did it last month too. So we're gonna go into the end of May and June and July and August and September, all the rest of the months, man, just taking what we learned and doing the right analysis. And you know, we might have more lessons to learn, but at the end of the day, I'm not really changing my strategy much. Like, I'm really just being aware of like what's going on. This is forward testing, and sometimes you have to refine certain parts of your strategy with that. So it's not that I'm changing like the overall core of my strategy. I'm just making sure that I can consistently manage risk, which is super important. And I'm making sure that I'm taking trades at an adequate time. Like, on a Friday when it's super late, it makes sense to me. So that is it for this week, y'all. Hectic week, man, but we learned a lot, which is always the greatest thing to do. And we're going to keep on moving forward.